Hey everyone, I'm currently in Arkansas right now, and I'm on my way to see Jason and Tera at WhiteRock Homestead. I'll see you there.
3 hours later.
I made it to WhiteRock Homestead. Here's Jason. Tera's inside cooking up some good vittles, so we'll have those later. Hey Jason.
Hey, how's it doing? Welcome. We're so glad to have you here, Bill. This is, you know, we got to meet a 10 killer.
Right.
And that's really the last time that we've been able.
Yeah, we talked a little bit on lives.
There's a little bit of a distance
like
between us. I mean,
yeah, about 4,000 or 5,000 miles, something like that.
Alaska, Arkansas, at least they start with A's. That's always good.
Yes.
So.
And everyone gets them mixed up.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh, you're in Arkansas. No, Alaska.
When I first called back to Michigan to start doing address changes, and I would give them the address, and they're like, oh, you're going to Alaska? I'm like, no, it's Arkansas. But yeah, with all the letters, they don't know. So,
well, we're gonna take a little tour and see WhiteRock Homestead.
We got nothing to hide around this place. Like, it's a nice $5 tour of the homestead.
Yeah, I'd like to have a $5 tour.
Everything's in progress. We love our projects. We don't have a shortage of them. The sad looking garden, but it's still producing.
Yeah, I see the tomatoes. Yeah, they're still coming in and looking good.
We actually have over there, so she replanted some zucchinis in there and in the greenhouse, but on that far left corner, those are volunteer tomato plants that restarted themselves.
Ah, that's amazing.
And so is that one, she calls it the Princess Trellis, right by the wooden teepee. That is a volunteer. It's getting buds and putting tomatoes out already. So
it's amazing. Tomato plants seem to grow just about anywhere.
Yeah,
and grow easy.
Our soil is so horrible here that we did everything in lick tubs, but yeah, they're budding out. We actually have some tomatoes on them.
You're getting buds on your tomato plants right now.
Yeah.
And it's snowing on my property in Alaska right now.
Right. And these are volunteer. That's the crazy part. Like, she intentionally replanted some zucchinis. And I know she said, here's one.
Yep. Getting one right there.
And I think there's a couple. So these ones inside the greenhouse are actually on a drip system. And we're kind of experimenting, and it seems the drip system was winning.
See several right here. Several flowers.
Yeah. So our main tomatoes were dying off, and some of the volunteers, that was another that she was gonna plant something else in there, and before she even got something planted, we come out and seen a little seedling coming up. And but this is all part of, so we've named it for anybody that hasn't seen it. This is the food court area.
Food court, cool.
Because we have our gardening. We've got our chickens over here. We built this chicken house completely out of salvage material. We started on the tiny house, which we'll get over to, and it was a 12 by 12 shed with a loft.
Right.
But it was like double layers of plywood. So everything that we pulled out of there built this. And then our rabbit hutches.
Ooh. Nice.
We should be having some bunnies here any day now. We got 2 does and our buck. The one, she runs in the back. You can't see her. That's our buck. So the fun part is we have Jack, Janet, and Chrissy. And some of you old enough to know that show will know that, yes, they were straight out of Three's Company. And this is... yeah, they started nesting, so we're hopefully going to be having, this will be our second batch of bunnies. We've already processed the first.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have some rabbits next summer.
They're super easy. We've never done them before, but then
there's the chickens.
Got our chickens.
The girls.
We actually have 2 roosters, so he's the one that we kept. We were at at one point, I think we had 7 roosters.
Wow.
Because they survived shipments during cold weather and the hens didn't. But then we've got one young rooster that was actually hatched from one of these. I don't know where she's at right now. Oh, she's out over there. We had one of our Freedom Rangers go broody. So these ones here by us are all the ices. And then the rooster's a Rhode Island Red.
Okay.
And then there's these younger ones over here are actually, like I said, they came from one of our original ready to lays. And they were a Freedom Ranger Isa mix, I think. But they were mixed with a Freedom Ranger. And as much as they're supposed to be a dual purpose, like homesteader's bird, we found they don't heat well. And they grew really fast, so I could see where they would be good if you're raising them for a meat bird type, but trying to keep them as layers.
Yeah, I was talking with Jeff from Bobblehead Homestead yesterday.
Chicken Whisperer, yeah.
And we were talking about breeds of chickens that I need for up in Alaska, and definitely I got to go with like Icelandics, and there's a couple of like Swedish breeds and things like that. So
the ones with a thicker fur, and I honestly looking at them and not without having a lot of experience, but the Freedom Rangers did have a lot of like under fur, so they might actually do, like if you were to get into something like that. But if Jeff tells you which ones to go with, that's the one you go with. Cause
definitely got to have the ones with the small combs,
right? But
because people don't heat their hen houses up there. So
no, and I had a heat lamp in ours last year, but it was only because it was our first year and they were still pretty young.
Right.
But now, even this winter, I won't heat it. And all I had was a heat lamp. But then we did the Mini Cooper. Of course, you see a cord coming out. So we made the Mini Cooper to be our chick raise out. And then when our one hen went broody, this became the maternity ward. So, because the other, obviously the bigger chickens would attack the young chicks. So.
Oh, the inside the chicken coop. Any eggs?
Oh, we got 3. I got 7 this morning. They're putting out pretty good right now. So.
That's good.
And we used cedar saplings to make our, this was some scrap 2x4s. And then cedar saplings to make their roost. And they love it.
It's a natural roost for them.
Right. Well, and that's what we went with, and of course we deep litter, just throw it in there and it doesn't. I'm about to have to add some more.
Yeah, everyone in Alaska does deep litter because it composts and creates some heat for them.
Right.
Stay in there, chickens.
A little adventurer.
Let's see the house.
Absolutely. Now it's gonna take a long time to tour this place because it's super huge.
Do I hear some sarcasm?
I've got to do a little bit more mathing on it, but it's just over 500 square feet. So this length here is 24. We started with an original 12. You can kind of see where that wall gets taller. It was a 12 by 12 shed, and now we're converting it to a tiny house. It's in progress, but we yeah, the great view too is if you go up. So the exciting part is we just released the video of doing that ceiling up there.
Right.
So had to do some custom stairs to save on space. And we didn't want a ladder.
Right.
But this will be our bedroom. And just
that's not much of a view, it's just trees.
Right.
Oh, I think you mean out this window.
That one hides so got some clearing to do. Our property goes all the way about halfway up that ridge over there.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice chunk of land.
Yeah, well, that's what we were trying to get, as much as we could for as little as possible, like anybody else. But we were adamant. We've done all this, so everything you see here, it's all debt free. We haven't got a loan on anything. We pay cash for all of it, so it does make things slower. But I'd rather do it slower and not have a loan. Right. Not against them, but that's the way we're living. Is
I'm doing the same thing. I do have 2 loans, but the camper is up for sale. So as soon as that sells, that loan goes away, and then I didn't have the money to buy an excavator outright.
Right.
So I did buy one, so I'm making payments on that.
Yeah, well, we were about to do a payment on a tractor, and I got lucky. We found that tractor and got a good deal.
Right.
It hurt to cut that check, but in the end, it was worth it. And
right.
it was kind of it was a sale I couldn't finance from that guy anyways. Right. So,
yeah, all my properties up in Alaska are paid for.
Yeah.
My cabins are paid for, my well, my septic, everything's paid for.
Yeah. And we got lucky having electric here. I just had to upgrade it. And our well, we just had to run it for a couple days to get all the crud because it hadn't been ran in probably 10, 15 years.
Right.
So, but it all works. And it's pumping great water.
Awesome.
So watch your head coming down. That's the only... I didn't want to cut too much.
Sorry about that. Hit you guys.
So the stairs kind of come up, so it's gonna make a funky door to come into the bathroom. But
yeah, that is a little funky.
It'll make you pay attention. But we picked this whole shower unit up for like $50.
That's nice.
And just got it in. I'm gonna do my water heater and that kind of stuff. We're gonna do an on-demand propane in this little cubby. The vanity will be here, and then we'll probably start with a composting toilet because the only thing we don't have on the property is septic. Eventually we'll upgrade, we'll do a septic out here. We've kind of got plans for that, but if it comes down to it, the composting toilet. Right. We're set up for that. We're already kind of doing it out of the RV already now.
And this is a kitchen area.
And then this is a kitchen, so this is all brand new in here.
This is the addition.
This is the addition. This is the big one. This is another, it's 12 by 12. I made the countertops. We bought all of the cabinets secondhand.
Right.
And the only one, honestly, this little one right here, this is the only cabinet that wasn't, because we needed that specific size and we couldn't find a used one to match. And then this is a sink that we've had for probably 3 years. We wanted to use it in our house up north and it wouldn't fit.
Right.
So it'll fit here because I made the countertop.
Custom made for it.
Custom made. The stove will go in that corner there. The hood vents in that box. Right. And then I made it where we can have a microwave up there, but we're still undetermined because, well, we hate the microwave. It's only good for thawing things out quickly. Right. Everything else we don't use it, so, and to tell the time, I guess.
A clock in the kitchen, that's all microwaves are good for.
Yeah. And then we did another little addition for laundry room. We've got the dryer. It's actually under a tarp on the back porch. It'll be a stack unit. We'll do some shelving here. And this was gonna be double closet. But I realized that, you know, we use a lot of these.
A lot of canning.
That are filled. And I need somewhere to put them. So we said, wow, we can get our clothes here and have pantry up there.
And here's the porch.
Yep. If you
that's gonna look nice.
Pull that handle there. And then the porch. And I've got a lot of tree clearing to do. Eventually this will be nice. It's not gonna be completely wide open, but it's gonna be very well open so we can see down in. We actually just settled on the fact that there's gonna be a 16 by 16 extension of this deck coming out. And that's going to be another patio sitting area. But we originally were going to do it at ground level. Right. Now it's going to be the same height as this deck, all the way out. And then she's going to have a full-blown outdoor kitchen out there.
That'll be nice.
So the far side will have the outdoor kitchen to do her canning, cooking out, grilling, so we're not heating the house up in the summer. And then a nice seating area. Because we love to be outside. Right. So that was hence why we went with a small house is... I just need to sleep and shower in there. Eat if the weather's bad, but if not, we're gonna be out here eating.
So what's this big cement block structure?
That structure was inherited with the property. Somebody had intentions of building a really big home. But then they stopped. We don't know why, we never got the full story of it, but most of that, if not all of it, is coming down. There is an area, and I'll take you over there in the back corner that has concrete. We've talked about maybe trying to repair that block
Right.
and make it a root cellar storage and maybe come in with some fill.
That would be nice.
Um,
Every homestead needs a root cellar.
They do, and what we found was trying to do a traditional root cellar is going to be slightly difficult because, well, one, I dig down and I go into nothing but clay, and if you can get past the clay, you're going to hit solid rock. So, but yeah, more garden stuff. Here's some of our herbs. Don't ask me what they all are. I think that's basil. That's lemon balm. Oregano, maybe? That's dill for sure. I don't know what the rest of it is, but
More tomatoes.
yeah. Oh, so fun story was, this was our first year, obviously just moving to Arkansas, of planting, and it was our first year of doing one in a greenhouse. And so she started a little over 300 tomato seeds because they were all 3-4 years old from thrift stores. So we didn't know how many were going to germinate. 306 germinated.
Wow.
So
almost all of them.
We couldn't give them away fast enough.
Right.
And so it was like, well, start planting them everywhere. So, and we weren't prepared for that many. So they lay everywhere.
Kinds of different sizes. And what are
Yeah.
these?
So these are part of the Romas.
Okay. A little bit different shaped.
Yeah, they were like these ones came out like kind of a pear shaped. They're really, really good. So I think all of these are Romas. And then that bucket there was actually, they're actually cherry tomatoes. And it's crazy because like we didn't have enough time to trellis everything by the time it started growing too tall, and they're still producing like crazy. It was wild to us. But yeah, somebody did a lot of work to this foundation. Was gonna have quite a fireplace in, you know, on the main floor,
Right.
but it's all chipping away. And like this wall,
Oh, yeah, that's completely separated.
yeah, and they concreted this, but it's not sealed or anything down there, so when it rains, it's a river coming down here, and it comes through the cracks, and it floods in here, so we kind of want to see if we can save it and make it storage, but if we don't, we don't. So, and then it's just salamanders everywhere. And then more, the property goes quite a ways that way. And there's actually almost straight down from here, once it's cleared out, there's a really cool, there's a drainage creek that leads downhill that comes from my property and his property. And there's a really cool waterfall when it's raining.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It's probably about that tall, but it comes over and you can actually, when it's raining and it stops, you can stand here and you can hear it. So I'm going to thin that out a lot so we have good access to go check it out.
Hey everyone, this is Tara. I know she wasn't in there earlier. Jason and I were out walking around. He was showing me everything. So here's Tara now. She's 50% of the WhiteRock Homestead.
75 with Big Booty Judy.
Let's see, with the amount of work she does, I definitely lean more towards she's the...
Whatever. You're so sweet.
Well,
I love you.
We just finished up going live together. So definitely check out my channel and their channel for the live that we just had. And that's going to close it out here on WhiteRock Homestead.
Yes. Thank you all so much. And thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
you made it to the ridge.
Yeah. Peace out.
Yep. Catch you guys on the next video.
Later.
Bye.